This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Job chapter 5 and verse 19 to 23. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Badash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, this is the brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, to be edifying unto the elect. All right, and today is August 22nd. All right, 2023. All right, the hopeful year where all the end time biblical prophecies, all right, be fulfilled. All right, we got a couple more months. All right, we got a couple more months left. You know, we're in August, September, October, November, December, 4 more months. So we're basically in the last quarter of the year. All right. And, you know, you were hearing, you know, brothers, you know, elders are coming out with information, all right, about the plans, all right, of the future of 194 nations. Okay. And what do I mean by this? I'm talking about the so-called Demic treaty, all right, that has been basically is going to be in effect. You know, I believe it's already in effect, but when the time comes, then, you know, they're going to start showing it, right? But they're going to have the Hudat will have jurisdiction over 194 countries, all right, basically stating that in a case of an emergency, all right, they will be the ones to, you know, decide, you know, what is done, okay, what should be done, and so on and so forth, all right, in a time of an emergency, okay, a global health emergency of, what's that, public health emergency of global concern, okay. Once you hear those words, understand that there's big trouble coming, all right, and this might very well be the last, you know, last go around, all right, to introduce that MOTB, okay, just like they introduced the Vanessa. You know, within a year of declaring a so-called demic, they were already requiring it for the world to take, or else they can't function, and so on and so forth, right? So pretty much that was, you know, as we've been saying, all right, starting from our elders of Great Millstone on down, starting with the apostles, all right, we have been saying that we are leading into a time of trouble, okay? And it's going to be highlighted with the MOTB. All right, scriptures talk about the hour of temptation, which a lot of these so-called Christians don't even understand. Okay, a lot of so-called Christians don't understand what that time is talking about, you know, but we're entering into that time, okay, because we see for what it is. The scriptures are coming to life. All right, the scriptures are coming to life. You still got Christians who still think it's a fairy tale book, but we're reading, all right, the reality of the scriptures. All right, when you go into Second Ezra, all right, talking about the sedition among men, you know, famine, plagues, diseases, right? A sword being sharpened. Okay, the sword is coming, right? Death, destruction. How do you think all these things play out? You know, people just think these things are happening randomly. No, these are events. All right, the Lord, again, these are prophecies. Okay, a prophecy is something. This, and this will happen at a certain time in history. So when it happens, the prophecy is being fulfilled. You know, look at what's going on around the world right now. You got instability, you got natural disasters, which would be, hey, let's go. You know, you got so-called natural disasters, right? You got floods. Here it is, Cali's getting hit with a goddamn hurricane and a flood. Like, what the? You know, they getting earthquakes. You You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. It's amazing what's going on right now around the world. Look what's going on in these countries out there in the East. Okay, even in Africa, there's war everywhere, right? The Lord said there was going to be wars and rumors of wars, right? So let's go. So we're living in that time, of wars and rumors of wars. We're living in that time of earthquakes in diverse places, right? We're living in that time of the famines, right? You got the Euphrates drying up, you know what I'm saying? And it's not just there. There's a lot of different, large water bodies that's also drying up. Again, that's a sign of a drought, okay? And that's always synonymous with a famine. When you have water drying up, you can't grow your crops, you can't water your crops, you can't, water your animals, and so on and so forth. See, people become, since there's no crops, there's no food, starvation kicks in, So, and hey, that's been happening even before the pandemic. Argentina, there was a time, I believe it was 2019 or 2018. Yo, they was saying some crazy shit over there. Like, it was bad. Now, we don't really know how it is now, the specifics of it, but I'm not sure they recovered yet. See, a lot of these countries that, went through some type of economic meltdown over the past few years, while we're going through this so-called World Economic Forum, Great Reset, transition, whatever the hell they told him, right? A lot of these countries are not recovering from that, So you gotta take that into effect, But anyway, this all leads to one thing, all right? And this article here, all right, goes into it. But again, the reason why I read the book of Job, the 5th chapter, is to remind you, okay, that the Lord said He will fight for His elect, right? When that time comes, He will protect His elect, and that's what we're waiting for. You see, we're actually waiting for that time. How you doing? Let's focus. Let's go. Right? Let's go. We're waiting for that time. Let's go. Focus. Let's go. Good boy. That's a good boy. Let's go. Come on. Right? We're waiting for that time because we see it right at the horizon. Right? That ain't nothing but trouble that's coming, man. When you read, which we're about to do right now, saying these people are not playing. They're not planning for. Where you going? Let's go. What you doing? These people are not playing, a kind of game that you might want to be a part of. No. Okay. So without further ado, let's get right into it. It says, people are warning us about the Demic Accord. Okay, and this is dated August 19th. So, what was it? 3 days ago? Right? Let's go. So it says the following, what used to be Twitter post, now is known as X. Everything is X. Just like the so-called, the eclipse. All right, there's an eclipse that's coming so-called next year. All right, and it's gonna make an X over America. Okay. The new so-called thing that they got going on is the new so-called disease is gonna be called disease X. Okay, boy, focus. This way. Right? Right? It's called, it's called disease X, right? And they're gonna be using social media platforms to X you out. Okay, starts with Twitter. The new head of Twitter, I believe she was working with the World Economic Forum. You see what I'm saying? So they're setting everything up. Now YouTube got these new guidelines and so on and so forth. This is all leading into the family of the word, man. All right, and they definitely gonna shut this word down because they have to. Bro, what did Bill Gates say? He said when they did the whole demic practice or whatever, the simulation, he said the one thing that they could have done better was the control of the flow of information. You see, he said there was too much what they call conspiracy theories and medical misinformation, blah blah BS shit. No, all that was happening was the truth exposing their lies, and that was a problem, obviously, right? That's clearly what what the hell the situation is, man. But that's okay. Okay, it's all going to lead to what? The famine of the word, and ultimately, the war against the saints, like physically, right? Physically with the military and so on and so forth. The Lord talks about a time like never before, Jacob's trouble and so on and so forth. Yeah, all right, that time is coming. Okay, so, and this is Esau's last attempt, all right, to snatch, all right, the promise out of the hands of the saints, but that's never going to happen. Okay, you can't take the elect out of the hands of the Lord. There's no way. All right, so you got something else coming for you. All right, but anyway, let's read this real quick. It says, the following ex-post about the Demic Accord deserves a repost, if only a cautionary tale. If only as a cautionary tale. Many warning signs tell us to fight against the Demic Accord, starting with how the last Demic was handled. Okay. It says, then there's the fact that the Hudat and the Biden administration are pushing the Demic Treaty or Accord that many say is oppressive. You hear that? Is oppressive. You see, but how come only a few people can actually see this and are talking about it? The rest, the majority, doesn't seem to care. They seem to be going along with this program, headlong. Saying no problems, no questions, no cautionary tales, nothing. It's just, we're just flowing with it. Continuing, it says, the latest draft as of June 2023 can be read here, and we're going to go through it right quick. All right, this way. To my right. Hey, to my right. Focus. Let's go. Come on. This way. It says they call it an accord, not a treaty, possibly. It says they call it an accord, not a treaty, possibly so it can get through without going through the U.S. Senate. See that? There are certain things these devils do. It's called double speak. Okay? Double speak is the art of saying something, right, in a very non-threatening way, but you're saying the most deadliest thing in the most non-threatening and welcoming way. It's all part of something known as deception. Okay? The art of double speak. All right? And they know how to twist words. That's Esau for you. Okay? Scripture says his words were smoother, right, than butter. I mean, listen to this. Accord, is a Demic treaty, an accord, whatever. When this goes down, this is what we're going to be able to do. And there's actually a video of them asking a lawyer from the Hudat, from the World Economic Forum, to debunk certain things that's being said on the internet or whatever. Explain further, like, give us more of an understanding of what we're seeing and shit. And this nigga says the most nothing by saying everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just says a whole bunch of nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? How, what I'm saying? They're trained to deceive the masses with a whole bunch of, gibberish and bullshit. Make it look nice, make it sound nice, but is it really nice? Is it really good? Just go on. It says, the Hudat, should they get the treaty through, okay, will have tremendous power to influence 194 nations. You hear that? They'll have tremendous power over 194 nations when an illness or a demic, or an illness is a demic, and what we should do to address it. Okay? So now they're going to be telling nations, 194 nations, how to go about their lives, whether it's lockdowns, whether it's medical mandates that they're going to be passing down. That's just going to be the norm, right? That's just going to be what it is. The Hudat has said this, and that's what we're doing, so get ready. It says the Hudat now supports lockdowns. You hear that? They also support digital demic passports. They support mandated Vanessas and other restrictions, including quarantine and silencing opposition, which they define as mis and disinformation. There you go. So now we all got to go with their definition. It's not the definition, it's their definition. Okay? So anyone who opposes their agenda, you be deemed somebody who's spreading mis and disinformation. All right, and that makes them that gives them the power to what? To come against you, to put you under some type of different treatment compared to everybody else. So it says, demic fears are heating up in the media. Of course, there's no doubt about that. My liberal family is warning me about CV spiking based on some hysterical reporting, and that's how they start the campaign. Right? We mentioned how they're gonna kick everything back up again. They're gonna start their pitch. The cases are rising again. We said that was gonna come back. They weren't done yet. So all these people who went and stood in line and believed the government and they were saving lives, they look so stupid now. You see how these people are behaving? They cursed everybody out. They believed the media. Jimmy Kimmel, whatever the fuck his name is, was on not Jimmy Kimmel, the other one. Oh, there's another clown on TV, and he was basically making fun of those who didn't take the jump shot. It was the talk of the town. The demic of the unvaccinated, the demic of the unvaccinated. Oh, they're the ones causing this. Why don't you just go take it? Why don't you, nigga? You took it. Mind your business and keep it moving. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody believes the same shit. What happened to America, so-called all-inclusive? But you see, again, we're finding out, or the world is finding out, that these devils say things, all right, but it's you have to actually read between the lines, right? When they say all-inclusive, what they're saying is everybody is included in their so-called agenda, because you notice it's all-inclusive except those who go against whatever they're saying. You can't have a difference in opinion and still be included in this. No. You can't just say, my freedoms, my body, my choice. No. It doesn't work here. You see? So it's all hypocrisy, again, at the end of the day. All right, the Lord is exposing all that. It says, you might remember that at the end of July 2 years ago, Klaus Schwab's daughter, Nicole Schwab, talked casually of lockdowns. Okay? It says Nicole Schwab claimed, and see, that's the thing. That's how you know that these so-called lockdowns and so on and so forth, these measures that they've taken, has nothing to do with real diseases. It's not about that. It's not about keeping people safe. It's just about control. Because now we don't got no viruses going around. How come all of a sudden they already have pandemic treaties and how they're gonna go about things in case the next demic comes around? It's like you're planning something ahead of time. Like, what are you doing? It says Nicole Schwab claims our capitalist system is not sustainable. She sees demic restrictions as an opportunity to implement the Great Reset. Despite none of their major climate predictions coming true, the World Economic Forum founder's daughter sees lockdowns and other drastic measures in our future. And it's going to be a very near future. Okay, she claimed, and we're talking months, all right, weeks, months. Okay, she claims that CV has demonstrated that rapid and extreme changes to the fabric of society can be implemented when people perceive an immediate sense of urgency. You hear that? Do you hear that? Let's get this real quick. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, all right, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay, so if this is what his daughter is saying, and his is talking about Klaus Schwab, if this is what she's saying, then that's the conversation they're having at the dinner table. That exactly what her father is doing is exactly what she's echoing the same sentiments. Okay, it says this mechanism can be applied to the climate crisis to accelerate the World Economic Forum's Great Reset agenda. You hear that? So now you understand who's behind the whole climate crisis, because they stand to benefit from it. You're hearing this. They stand to benefit. Cui bono. Okay? It says, we can't fall for this again. We have to save the elites from themselves. And that's not going to happen, because the prophecies say that it's going to be a time of trouble. You can't, listen, man. People can't do all this wickedness forsake Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and then when the problems come for you forsaking the Lord, you start begging, oh, we hope this doesn't come to pass. No, it has to come to pass. Okay? Niggas in here, you're bugging the hell out. You're the main reason why we got into this in the first place. You know? It says, before, okay, I'm not gonna. It says, while the Hudat doesn't tax, they claim they need a lot of money, a lot more money. The Demic Treaty or Accord makes surveillance easier to accomplish and will give elites in each country excuses to mandate anything. They serve as the conduit. As far as their claim they are independent, they are very closely tied to the Maoist Chinese. All right, that's Mao Zedong, I think that's his name. Okay, and he was definitely somebody who was used by the Rothschilds to establish communist China that you see today. Okay, the CCP and so on and so forth, where you actually go into the actual history, not what they teach you in school. Okay, they teach you like, oh, he was a communist and all this. Yeah, but who put him up to that? Who set him up for all that? Remember, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, and the wicked, all right, according to the scriptures in the book of Malachi, is referencing Edomites. Okay, starting with the top head of the nation of Edom, Amalek. Okay, who are known today as the so-called Jays. All right, it's not that hard to see. When you put the pieces together, it's all in the scriptures. Okay, it says, the Demic Treaty or Accord makes surveillance easier to accomplish and give elites. Oh, we read that. It says, the Maoist Chinese, and they did a terrible job. It says, as far as their claim they are independent, they are very closely tied to the Maoist Chinese, and they did a terrible job during the last Demic. They also received funding from Big Pharma, right? Pharmacia. Big Pharma, so they will push Vanessa's over, say ivermectin. It says, the part about eliminating conflicts of interest when they do what Bill Gates, Big Pharma, and the CCP say makes their claim ludicrous. They say it's important to question all of this, but they have a section in the treaty that silences people. You hear that? So it's already set up. Okay, and I was saying the Hudat principle. So he is working, which really they all the same. There's just different names. The Hudat, the World Economic Forum, all that shit is the same shit. All right, they all work together. The UN, all right, NATO, EU, they all work together. Okay. It says, let me see if I could find, and I think that's pretty much the end of the article. It goes into a whole bunch of videos, which I could, post-production, I can put these videos up, just so you can see them. But again, they got the UK Health Security Agency, all right, and they're saying, the Vanessa, they're going to be pretty much, they're going to have the largest Vanessa program, to deliver to people in key ministerial, which is a key ministerial priority. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be administering it, and they're going to be ministers for it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be talking it up. They're going to be, hey, this is why we need this. This is why we need that. But this time it's not going to be negotiable. All right. It's not going to be, we're strongly recommending. It's everybody, all nations, all countries, all businesses, whether it be medical or, whatever, banks, schools, jobs, okay, recreational centers, parks, okay, housing, all right, anything you could think of that, you have to get permission to do. Guess what? That's permission is by getting a license. Anything that requires you to get a license, which is pretty much almost damn near everything nowadays, you got to get a permit, you got to get a license, you got to get something to be approved in order for you to move on. And all these things are going to be in lockstep with this program of getting the MOTB. And once you get that MOTB, all these things open up. So it can go from you having zero access to anything at all to having all access. But yet, guess what? Now you're imprisoned. In order to gain access to the prison, you have to be inside the prison. You can't go in and out of it. No way. You know what I'm saying? You can't be outside the prison trying to get things from within the prison. If you go inside, you're done. You got to stay inside. That's how it's going to be. And the Lord is making sure that happens. All All right, and they're saying that they're going to start the campaign very soon. We're looking at the next few months. Okay, if we go according to what Alex Jones was saying and so on and so forth. Okay, which is not just him saying it; it's pretty much what it is. Okay, that's why Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has it where his men, the prophets, starting from apostles of Great Millstone on down, have been telling the world, especially you Israelites, that this thing is not over and is leading to the MOTB. Okay, you got other camps who are not bringing this out whatsoever. All right, which we believe they sold out. All right, they're not true men of the Lord. They sold out. All right, because the one thing, the most apparent thing, all right now on the earth is that MOTB. Okay, and how it's gonna be, brought out, but yet you still got camps not talking about it at all. All right, and it reminds me of a point the Apostle Gabar made. Okay, that he was saying that even if you're saying that the RFID microchip is not the MOTB, even if you don't believe it is, you're still not teaching your people not to take that shit. Wouldn't that be the priority? That you know what, hey, they still have this technology coming out. Whatever happens, don't take it. At least put that out there. Put that out there. But they're not even attempting to worry about that. All they're saying is, well, eventually, they're gonna put us all in the CBDC. Yeah, but how's the CBDC gonna work? The CBDC is based on buying and selling. How's it gonna work? They're gonna give you a implantable microchip, and that's how it's going to be able to operate. You see what I'm saying? So why are these camps not even bringing that part out? It's out there. It's out there, man. You see? And that's why heavy judgment is coming. The Lord he's put the spirit on his men. Even the Apostle Tahar does that. He's always reaching out. He's always like, hey, Ayathan, reach out to me. That's the Lord, spiritually, all right, letting people know, listen, I'm still reaching out my hand, and no man regarded. You know what I'm saying? Like he just, I know what you guys are saying is the truth, but we're not going to teach it. They're not ready. What are you talking about? And now he's nowhere to be found. You see? This is the book of Proverbs chapter 1, start off at 20. It says, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. And that's what you see. That's what you see the men of the Lord doing. Okay, giving that warning, because that wisdom and knowledge is going to be what you need in these times that we're coming in. In order to understand all this shit, it's going to be so much that you need to have some type of understanding to be able to keep you calm. Like, okay, I get this. Oh, yeah, the scripture said they're going to do this. Yep. The scripture said they're going to do that. Yep. Scripture say this. Scripture say that. You see? So you're not bugging out. You know what's going to happen step by step by step. No matter what they do, no matter how long it takes, there's an end goal, which is the MOTB. That's it. So whatever happens, this is going to lead to the MOTB. This is going to lead to the MOTB. Everything they're doing from now on is all leading to the MOTB, period. All right. So wisdom is what you're getting, all right, with the warning. Ezekiel 3:17. The Lord has set us up as watchmen over the house of Israel. Therefore, we ought to hear his word, all right, and give our people warning from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But not everyone seems to understand that concept, all right, of being a prophet. Okay, a prophet means to prophesy, to say things before. Okay, before they come down, before they happen, before they occur. All right, the Lord puts a spirit on you to go out there and give a warning, tell the people, hey, you know what I'm saying? This time is going to bring this, and this time is going to bring that. This Bible prophecy said this will happen during this time. Well, it's here. You see? So let's continue. It says, verse 21, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Okay, and that's Jake. Jake is simple to the core, man. Oh my goodness, Jake is simple as hell. Okay? It says, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Okay, look at all this whole thing that happened with the whole Montgomery thing. That's a sign of Jake in their folly. Okay? Yeah, it was a whole brawl. Okay, but that's nothing compared to what's about to go down very soon. All right? Again, that was just like your sparring. A lot of people took it serious. A lot of people were like, yo, they got charged up and all this. Well, we didn't get charged up because that's just Jake being Jake. The Lord talks about Judah being a terror unto Egypt. All right, and there's many videos going around of Jake just messing people up, man. They ganging up on people, especially Edomites, just knocking them out, kicking them, using bikes, running over them. I mean, it's crazy ass assault, but that's just nothing compared to what's about to really go down. When the Jake gang start coming together, say, yo, We got to stop fighting against each other. We got to come together, blah, blah, whatever. The Lord is going to spark that spirit, you know? Yeah, it's going to be wicked. So there's going to be a judgment for that. That's why the troops are going to come in and quell that bullshit. But again, it's going to be a double whammy. The wicked going to be attacking the wicked, the Egyptian against the Egyptian. And out of that chaos, they're going to bring that order. Okay? That order ab chaos. Okay? So let's continue. It says, in verse 23, it says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit onto you. I will make known my words unto you. And that's happening through what? Through the men of Great Millstone on down. Okay? That is how we all found out the truth, the real truth about the Bible. All right, not that phony bullshit that a lot of people do, all that sensitive, emotional BS. All right, this is all truth, straight up. All right, and it's only made for men, you know? So continuing, it says, verse 24, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded it. That time is now. Okay? It's getting towards the end. The Lord's calling is getting towards the end. Okay? And that can only spell disaster for the rest of the world, because once the calling is done, that means that he's received whoever he had to receive. And then the rest is all fair game. You know what I'm saying? It's all fair game. It says, verse 25, it says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. And that's the times that we're entering into. Okay, with this whole Demic Accord and all this extra shit, this is what it's going to lead to, man. Okay, distress, anguish, all right? And that's what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we're warning, you know, the world, especially our people. Okay, the ones who completely disregard the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You got niggas saying, oh, you guys make the truth boring. Nigga, we're here to give you a warning, bro. What the hell are you talking about? Like, why would we make giving you a warning fun? Is imminent danger coming, you know? So, you know, you're better off just listening rather than, you know, try to be combative, you know, because you don't know what the hell is going on. You're being warned about something. It's like somebody telling you, hey, yo, you know, there's a car coming, and you turn around saying, yo, why are you always telling me about cars coming? Like, bro, what the hell? You know, what kind of people are these? You know, you don't stayed in Babylon way too long. You don't believe reality no more. See, you don't believe reality no more, but that reality is coming, and it's gonna come as a form of an ass whooping from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, it says, verse 28, it says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Okay, so guess what? Brothers gonna start seeing in the search engine, and that's how Esau gonna start clipping our channels, because the search engine is gonna be, the algorithm is gonna be populated with, you know, GMS, you know, and so on and so forth. You know, the truth basically. Okay, people gonna be looking for it, especially when we get to that time where the only thing that can explain what's going on is the Bible. And it's like, where have we heard this before? Because everything we're saying will come to pass exactly how we've said it, according to the scriptures. Okay? And people are going to realize, where have we heard this before? These men were saying it. Yo, the chip going to come out. It is the mark of the beast. This, and we didn't listen. Oh, they were saying that Jacob's trouble. Niggas said Jacob's trouble is gay. Well, Jacob's trouble is here. What are we doing? Right? There's a lot that's going to happen all at once. All at once. And you're going to know it's definitely Jacob's trouble, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it says, so they're going to try to seek the Lord, but they're not going to find him. You know, how you going to seek the Lord? By looking for his prophets. Okay? You're not going to physically go find Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You're going to be looking for his men. You know? And guess what? You're not going to find us. You know? According to the Heavenly Father's way of punishing the wicked, he's not going to make himself available for you. For what? For what? Right? There you go. So continuing, it says, verse 29, it says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahweh, they would none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Okay, and that is a fact. All right, we see that every day. We witness that every day. All right, that's why you see brothers do videos on videos. commentaries like, yo, we see it all the time. You got Jake pastors saying the most ridiculous shit. You got Jake who claim to be Israelites and know what's going on, but they clearly don't know what the hell's going on. Very, very, carnal, not spiritual whatsoever. And that's going to be to a lot of people's demise. You can't have carnal solutions for spiritual problems. You just can't do that. All right. And this is a spiritual battle, but yet niggas is trying to be carnal with it. Like, come on, man. All right. It says, verse 31, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way. Don't you reap what you sow? So you eat of the fruit of your own way. You did not sow, all right, a seed in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You're sowing a seed in Nate. You're sowing a seed in IUIC. You're sowing a seed in whatever you believe in, right? But if it's not according to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you're not going to reap anything of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And that's the only way of salvation. Anything else is going to lead to your death. Okay? There's no two ways, no options. It's just one way, and there's a very narrow way. And only the elect can walk it. All right? It's a straight gate. Okay? A straight gate, which requires a lot of discipline, which a lot of these people don't preach, they don't teach, they don't go into that discipline aspect of this ministry. They don't go into that. Okay? They refuse to go into the spiritual aspect, all right, of this ministry, man. And that's why you hear them say the shit that they say, that MOTB is sin and all this extra shit, sin in its many forms. Whatever, bro. All right. So let's keep going. It says, however you're gonna inject sin into somebody underneath somebody's hand in their forehead, we're yet to find out how that's gonna play out. We still don't know how they're gonna really do it. Esau, how long are they gonna take to get that kind of technology, to be able to implant sin and it's on all its forms underneath somebody's hand so they can make purchases. We gonna see how that's gonna play out. We're gonna see. Okay? But when you stand at the grocery store and they say, make your payment, and you whip out your debit card, credit card, cash, and they look at you like, I'm sorry, but we don't do that over here. What are you doing? They're gonna call the cops on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely out of order. So things are gonna get very interesting, man. And we can't wait. All right, we can't wait. So let's keep going. It says, we're about to close it out real quick. It says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Okay? And as the scriptures say, that we're entering into a time of evil. So we just want to say, Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for giving us this knowledge and this truth. All right, to be aware. Oh, some beautiful birds right there. But Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for giving us this truth, this knowledge, so that we can see, okay, we can understand the times that we're in, and we can be prepared, because we're going to need all the preparation there is to make. Okay, right? We're gonna need all that. That's why. Let's get this real quick. All right, we're banking on the Lord, all right, to deliver us, man. And He said He will, so He will. All right, He said He will, so He will. All right, we're gonna close it out with this. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, the time of the end. Okay, the time of the end of what? The time of the end of this kingdom. All right, how does it go out? It goes out in a dramatic fashion. It's a chaotic exit that leads to a conclusion of fire and destruction. Okay, that's how this place is taken out. That's how the end comes. Okay, and we're fast approaching that time. Okay, it says, Daniel chapter 12 verse 1, it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, that great prince, or the great prince, okay, which standeth for the children of thy people. Talking about the Israelites, right? Daniel, all right, was an Israelite, all right, from the tribe of Judah. Okay, so let's go. It was part of the princes of Judah, all right, and Michael, all right, stands for our people, the Israelites. Okay, the 12 tribes. All right. So let's keep going. It says, which standeth, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. All right, to make a stand means to basically go to war. Okay, so stand up against something means you're resisting it. All right, you're going to war against it. You're in opposition with it. So he's gonna make a stand against Esau or these devils. Okay, he's gonna protect his elect. Okay, so let's continue. The Lord's elect. All right, let's continue. It says, "And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." Okay, and that's talking about who? The elect. All right, the elect, the elect, the elect. All right, don't listen to any clown that tells you, all right, that the Lord is coming for everyone or all this bullshit. No, it's only for the elect. All right, you can't make yourself the elect either. All right, the Lord is in control of that. He chooses who he wants. He don't choose the Most High. He chooses you. And that cuts you Christians who say, "Oh, I choose to give my life unto the Lord." Who the fuck are you? Do you choose your employee or your employer? Huh? Or they hire you? How does that work? Do you choose, or don't you have to go through a whole application process, an interview process, and then try to make sure that you're a good candidate to work that job or whatever, that position? You can't just make yourself go into the job and say, "Hey, I hired myself." Who's gonna pay you? You hired yourself. You got your own business. Exactly. So that's the same way with the Heavenly Father. All right, he does the hiring and the firing. And that's just what it is. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? So hey, man, we in those times, man, and we're gonna see. All right, in a very few weeks, everything is gonna be highlighted, and that's when people are gonna start shaking. It's gonna start little by little. The spikes, this, and we gotta do the 2-week curve and whatever. The next thing you know, you're gonna be living in a whole different world. They're gonna call the new normal for you. All right, your time is coming. Prepare, 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 prepare. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it off there. Lord willing, you are edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha Kodesh, the water Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. And until next time, Shalom.